Yo, what is going on, guys? Today we're going to be tier ranking every single, or at least the main Stranger Things characters. There's a couple of side characters here. I didn't make this tier list myself, so there's some characters here I don't even know what to say about, to be honest. But we're just going to do this ranking. Obviously, Season 4 is not over yet. I do plan on doing a season ranking as well as an episode ranking, maybe like the top 10 best episodes or something like that, and then we'll do like a season ranking video. But I'm going to wait till after the last two episodes of Season 4 release in July. But when it comes to characters, I thought it would be okay to tier rank them now. I don't think my opinions on the characters are going to change that much after just 2 more episodes. They might. It's very possible my opinions can change drastically. I don't know. And if it does, I'll just update it in the description here. But I honestly just felt like doing this as soon as possible because I'm really in the Stranger Things mood lately because Season 4 has been incredible. So there's a lot of thoughts I have about a lot of these characters. This is a ranking based on the character itself. So how good of a character do I think it is? How interesting are they? How well written are they? How well is their development? Not based on how much I like them as a person. I find those lists to be so boring. There's nothing interesting about that to me. I'm just gonna have all the villains at the bottom and all the good people at like, no, that's not how I do things. I do it like, just how well written are they? How good of a character are they? How interesting are they to watch? So let's start off with Mike Wheeler. I feel like in Season 1, he felt like the main character, but it definitely has changed, and it feels more like an ensemble cast, and I think it was supposed to be an ensemble cast even back in Season 1, but I feel like Mike still had like the spotlight for the majority of Season 1. But especially like the last 2 seasons, he's not really been as present, especially Season 4 so far. There's 2 more episodes, I know, but Mike has not done like anything, man. And I never thought his character was that great. I enjoyed him way more, I think, in the first 2 seasons than I have in Season 3 and 4. And it's nothing to do with the actor. He's doing a fine job. But I do think they sometimes make him a little bit more annoying than he should be. Like the way he sometimes reacts to like Eleven and stuff. And of course, he's a kid, so like it's kind of expected some reactions he has. But I don't know. He's never been that interesting to me. He hasn't had some like really deep development that I feel like some of the other characters have had, and I want them to do more with him, and I hope they do, but for now, I'm actually just going to give him B, which is probably low for most people. I think most people probably would have him higher than that, but I don't know, he's fine, he's enjoyable, he's good, but they really haven't done enough with him for me to really care that much. And Will is actually the same exact way for me. Like, I'm going to put him in B right away, because he is the exact same as Mike for me, where he was amazing in the first 2 seasons. I mean, he was like the main focus of the first 2 seasons, especially the first season. Obviously, he was like the primary focus, and obviously he dealt with a lot of stuff, and they dealt with that really well in Season 2 with like the aftermath of what he went through in Season 1. And then Season 3 just kind of forgot about him. Like, he was barely in Season 3, and then we go to Season 4 again, he's barely in it as well, and his role in the show is not very present. They're not doing much with him. They did a couple things in the first couple episodes with, him and Eleven, but they just kind of, I don't know, they haven't done much. Again, they could fix that with the next 2 episodes, but for now, I just don't feel like Will's presence is that interesting. His character was great in the first 2 seasons, but I do think the last 2 seasons has brought him down just a little bit. He's not as interesting as I feel like he was in those first 2 seasons. Dustin, on the other hand, Dustin's like always involved in like everything. I feel like he's just always doing pretty much everything, and he's always been, first of all, a very comedic relief type character. He's very funny, obviously, but like he's like the leader now. Like, I feel like at least in the past 2 seasons he's been leading in a lot of situations, and even go back in Season 2 he was doing that the same way. And I've always been really on board with his character in pretty much everything they've done with him. Of course, he doesn't have like that deep of character development though, like it's not like got this deep arc that he's been through or anything like that, so that definitely keeps him out of S for me, but he's at least gonna go in A. I do think he's more interesting than Will and Mike, and I think especially Season 4 has really proved that, and again, he's hilarious, so that helps a lot. Definitely. There will be spoilers for Season 4 in this video, by the way. I'm assuming that should be obvious, but I'm just gonna make sure to say that again because I'm probably gonna say stuff. So next up we have Lucas, and Lucas I think is kind of the opposite of Will and Mike almost, where I think I like him more in the recent seasons than I did in the earlier ones. Like, I didn't think he was that great in season 1 and 2, but season 3 and 4, I actually find Lucas to be a lot more interesting. And I mean, part of that was his relationship with Max. I thought was enjoyable. They had a good dynamic, you know, and especially in season 4, I like their interactions with each other. And I think we all know that Max episode 4 was incredible, and he was definitely a big part of that. I don't know if he's going to be on the same tier as Dustin, though. Maybe I just don't like kids. I don't know. Because I'm putting the kids a lot lower than I feel like most people would. But no, I don't know. It's going to be A or B, but it's a close one. I think for now I'm going to put him on B. But he could go higher. I don't know. No, maybe A. Yeah, I'm going to put him on A. I do think they do some interesting stuff with him, especially in season 4, actually. Especially with him, like, wanting to be, like, a cooler kid and not a nerd anymore because he doesn't want to get bullied anymore. Like, stuff like that I thought was pretty interesting, and I definitely enjoyed. Jonathan... So the thing about Jonathan, and it's kind of like, again, Mike and Will, he was amazing in season 1 and 2. He was incredible. He was probably my favorite character in those first 2 seasons. But season 3, I mean, he was in season 3 enough, but he didn't like have any big character arcs or anything like that. Season 4, he's been kind of, again, just like them too. That whole storyline with those characters, it just wasn't that present enough. And Jonathan hasn't really done much. His whole character is just centered around his relationship with Nancy, which isn't a terrible thing, but it's a little iffy because I would prefer if his character had more to him other than just that. You know, I don't like characters who their whole character is their relationship with someone else usually. So I'm going to give him A just because of how good his character was in season 1 and 2, right? How much I liked his character then. But I do think recently he hasn't been as interesting as he could have been. But again, we still have 2 more episodes of season 4. I know I could have waited for this. Maybe that would have changed things. But for now, I'm putting him in A. Nancy is probably going to actually go in S. First S character. Same with Jonathan. Like, she was great in season 1 and 2, but she kept staying great even in season 3 and now also into season 4. Like, she's been consistently a solid character all throughout. She's consistently been involved in a lot of the major things. She's always been the one to be like holding weapons and killing things, and she's definitely a badass. So I enjoy a lot of her character in this series for sure. And it's kind of interesting what they're doing with her now and Steve. I don't know. I find it a little bit interesting how it's like she kind of doesn't have feelings for Steve, but like she cares a lot for him, especially now that he's not a douchebag anymore. And I don't know. I thought that was a little interesting dynamic they did in season 4. But even going way back to the first couple seasons, I think she was definitely one of the standout parts of the show. And I really like her reporter, like Lois Lane side to her, where she's kind of like, you know, trying to she basically gets involved in all these things because of her wanting to be a reporter and such and being involved in that. And in season 3, I think she was probably the best she's ever been. I mean, season 3 is like one of my favorite seasons, so it makes sense why maybe a lot of the characters would be the best that they've ever been in that season, just because I like that season so much. But Barb, I don't even know how to rank Barb. She's like, that's why I don't include characters like this, because I don't know what to say about them. Like, she's not bad. I'll put her in C because it's like she's average. Sure, whatever. She's fine. I don't know. She was there for like an episode, and her death had pretty big impact on Nancy. So I guess she's okay. But I'm not putting her in D because she's not like a bad character. But yeah, I'll give her that. Steve's also gonna go in S, definitely. Yeah, he's had one of the best arcs too. I mean, he went from being a piece of shit to being a pretty chill dude later on. I mean, I guess when you see monsters and stuff in the real world, it kind of snaps you out of being this, you know, egotistical bully character guy. So I like that change. I did. He was even a good bully as well. Like, he wasn't a like, you know, there's all different types of bullies and bully characters in shows where sometimes shows make them really just over the top and just it doesn't feel realistic anymore. I feel like Steve felt like a really realistic bully, so that's why I think I liked him so much in season 1. And then, like I said, season 2 onward, he became just a really solid character. Like, all around, he's been very much a big part of everything, and yeah, he's one of my favorites for sure, so definitely staying up there. Joyce, I think Joyce was at her best in season 1 when she was dealing with all that. I mean, Winona Ryder is an incredible actress, and her dealing with everything happening to her son missing, like, that's where her character was at its best. And she was even great later on. I really like everything they're doing with her and Hopper. She's been pretty great in season 4, so I'm gonna give her A. I don't think she's S, but yeah, I'll give her A. I don't know, there's never been really any bad versions of Joyce. There's never been any seasons where I felt like she wasn't good. It's just she's not like that great, you know. Hopper obviously is reserved in S as well. I mean, that's like without, you know, even question. I mean, he is the most badass character here for sure. Well, actually, maybe 11 is, I don't know. They're pretty close. The most badass adult, I guess. He's been doing so much in these seasons, and I mean, the way he like was just doing everything he possibly can for Joyce in the first season just made him a very compelling character. And then him becoming a father to 11 was so damn good in season 2, and his fake out death was amazing. Like, I usually don't like fake out deaths, but because they revealed it in the same episode that he's still alive, I was okay with it, and it was brilliantly executed, and it was emotional, and it made you cry, even though they reveal a couple minutes later that he actually is still possibly alive. And so far in season 4, he has been insanely amazing. That one monologue in episode 5 when he was going on and on about how he feels like he's a curse, everyone he goes near is in danger, and so I was so damn well done. And then when he reveals that his daughter got cancer because of his time in Vietnam, where, you know, he was working with Agent Orange, and he was realizing that that's his fault that his daughter got cancer. Like, that was some deep shit. Like, you know, he's been through a lot, and he's felt a lot of guilt for a lot, which I hope that means Vecna is going to come after him soon. I want to see Hopper in one of those Vecna curses at the very end of the season. That'd be really cool. But it's just so good, man. It's so good. And even go back all the way to season 1, like I said, how hard he was trying to save Will. It was so awesome how they paralleled that to his daughter, and the fact that he couldn't save his daughter, but he could save someone else's son, and it was so damn good. And then season 3, I mean, he was fighting the Terminator, man. Like, he was fighting a damn guy who was essentially the Terminator, killing all sorts of Russians. Like, he was just so badass, and just, he's definitely my favorite character in the entire show for sure. I'm not gonna rank these in the tiers themselves, but he would be, I'll just throw him out there. Actually, he's at the top of the list for sure. He's my favorite character in Stranger Things. 11's also gonna go up there. I think she's my second favorite. Obviously, she's awesome. She has a lot of importance. She is probably the most important character in this show, and in every season, she has been great. Even the stuff she's doing now. At first, I wasn't crazy about all the backstory stuff they were doing, because I didn't feel like we needed it. I'm like, do we really need all this right now? But yes, we do. We really do, because the way it ties back to Vecna, again, spoilers, was just so damn amazing, and made for a really solid end of season 4, end of the volume 1 of season 4. Dr. Brenner, he's cool. He's not like, he has a good presence. I'm gonna put him in B. He's fine, I guess. Like, I don't really have an issue with the character itself, but I don't necessarily find him that interesting. I guess I just, you know, relate him to anything revolving around Hawkins' lab, so he's fine. The cops, just like Barb, I'm just gonna throw them in C. I don't know how to rank them any differently. They're just cops that are just there to be cops. I don't know. Like, same thing with Mr. and Mrs. Wheeler. Although I'm gonna put Mr. Wheeler in B just because he is the funniest man alive. I swear, he might be one of the funniest characters in the show. He's just constantly making the most dad jokes possible. It's always hilarious. I don't care that it's on the same tier as Mike and Will. The fact that he makes all those funny jokes and it always makes me just die of laughter is deserving of that tier for sure. This guy, his mustache just pisses me off, so he's going in D. Max, so If you told me that Max would be one of my favorite characters in Stranger Things before season 4, I would think you're crazy, because before season 4, I probably would have put her in B, maybe even C. After season 4, she's almost my favorite character. Season 4 just took Max on a whole new level, man. Holy shit. I mean, not only did Sadie Sink do an incredible job, especially episode 4. I mean, that's like the standout, but she's been great all around. But episode 4 especially was like the perfect Max episode. And her character just became incredibly one of the most interesting characters in the show out of nowhere. I'm like, what the fuck? It made her character, well, even season 3, okay, I kind of like parts about her in season 3, but it was mainly because of Billy. But the way they utilized her character's trauma and her like depression and everything that she's been going through, and even Vecna was saying that she was suicidal at some points, like stuff that we never knew about. We were hearing this information from Vecna, which I thought was brilliant story delivery. It was the best way to give us exposition without, shoving it in our face. It was literally just Vecna giving it out, and I thought it was so well done. I mean, the whole scene was amazing, and the stuff she was seeing and the visions and the guilt she feels for Billy, all of that is just so well done. And then of course we get one of the best scenes in the entire show with her. All of that I just automatically liked Max a trillion times more, and she went S tier. So yeah, had to happen. Billy was also a really damn good character, like especially season 3, when he was obviously not himself for like most of the season, but just the simple fact that, first of all, his performance was amazing, but 11 was able to get into his mind at the very end and have him like overtake the mind flare and like defeat the monster was just, well, not defeat the monster, he just attacked it and saved everyone else. Obviously he wasn't the exact reason why the monster was defeated, but he definitely protected everyone else, protected 11, and oh my god, it was so good. So Billy's gonna go in A for sure. He is a solid character, and it was sad to see him go. Bob as well. Holy shit, there are so many good Stranger Things characters. It drives me nuts, man. Bob is gonna go in A as well. I mean, just for his awesome moment in season 2. He was only one season, but he was a fun part. I mean, I like Sean Astin a lot, so it was fun to see him, but that was just a really good moment, I would say. He was really just a bubbly, fun guy that just made for a good screen presence, I guess. And honestly, Owens is kind of the same way. I'm not gonna throw Owens in A. I'm gonna throw Owens in B. But Owens is really good as well. He's been a really enjoyable character. And season 2 is obviously where he was most present, because he was like the new leader of like the stuff going on at Hawkins' lab. But yeah, I really like him. But yeah, Bob, like I said, bubbly, fun, just enjoyable to watch on screen all throughout season 2. And I know it might be crazy to throw him all the way up in A, but I'm doing it. Murray, oh my god, dude. So there's just amazing character after amazing character. Murray's going in S as well. Murray's fucking hilarious, man. That's what does it for me. And now in season 4, he's like kicking ass too. He's fighting people. He was literally kicking people's asses in the Russian base. You would never have expected that from Murray, but it was awesome. And he was fun in season 3 as well. He was really useful. The fact that he knew Russian, that really helped for a lot of situations. And even back in season 2, he was only in it for like an episode or 2, but he was really just a fun character. His inclusion in this series was one of the best things that could possibly happen for sure. 8, this is the girl from that 11 backstory episode. I'm gonna throw her in D only because what the hell was the point of her character? I guess, okay, her character's point was to show 11 that 11 doesn't want to go down that route and she wants to stay with her family, but the character itself, just, we never saw her again, and I didn't find her that interesting regardless. So I think if they brought her back, maybe that would be interesting just to see. Maybe, I don't know what they would do, but for how it is, I just didn't find her character to be that interesting. I didn't really care too much. Erica, I'm just gonna put in B because she doesn't have, again, a big character, like she's not a character arc or anything like that, but well, I guess maybe a little bit, because she used to be so she used to make fun of them for being nerds so much, and then eventually she got into the nerdy stuff. That's, I think, the most interesting thing about her. But no, what I like about her character the most is she's funny. Again, a lot of characters are just comedic relief in the show, but she is a really funny character, and every time she's on screen, she is very funny. But that's all I can really say. Robin, I'm gonna put in A. She's also very funny. A lot of characters are funny, but she has a lot of fun scenes in the show. I've only been in it for 2 seasons so far, but she's been enjoyable all around. I think her friendship with Steve is very entertaining and very fun to watch. And I originally thought, I think most people did, they were going to go in the direction of her and Steve having a relationship back in season 3, but then they revealed that, she wasn't into guys. And I thought that was a good, twist for her character. I thought that made for an interesting part towards the end of season 3. And now she's just, like I said, fun, mostly comedic relief, but still has some deep moments, mainly back in season 3. I don't think she's had as many in season 4 so far, but I do like her presence. So she's a fun addition. And of course, she's just a great actress too. She's Ethan Hawke's daughter. Of course she's going to be a great actress. What was this guy's name again? Shit, I forget. The Russian dude, the bubbly Russian dude. I don't remember his name. He's gonna go in B though. He was fun. His death was definitely sad for everyone, but he was just kind of fun, just for a little bit, just to have a couple funny moments with Murray and how they had like the little friendship going on. Like that was kind of funny. Susie, C, I guess. I don't know. She's not that interesting, but Eddie Munson. They need to do more with Eddie because he is great, and I think honestly that this is the thing, right? I feel like this character is going to become a fantastic character after the last 2 episodes of season 4. But since we're not there yet, maybe I should have waited to do this list now that I'm thinking about it, because I feel like Eddie's the one that could change the most. Because he's such a new character. But for now, I'm going to put him on A, just because he's kind of just been on the run the whole season, but his presence is awesome. I keep saying the word presence, but he is really fun to watch in this show. He's just got so many little interesting quirks to him. All the way from the first episode, I already like this character, so definitely at least A, but it could definitely go to S. It could definitely go to S. Chrissy, C, I guess. The characters I don't really know that much about, but she had a great death. She had an awesome death, but I'm not ranking the death, so I don't know. Angela, I'm honestly gonna put in D only because I didn't like how much of a, she was one of those very over-the-top bullies, like I was talking about, and I'm not usually a big fan of those very over-the-top bullies. So I wasn't crazy about her character because of that. Like, Jason was another bully, right? But he feels more like an organic, realistic bully to me, so I like him a little bit more, just a little bit though. I'm not going to put him that much higher. His story arcs haven't been that interesting in season 4. But Angela was a little bit too much, I feel like, even though it was trying to make a point, right? But I don't know if it worked that well. Argyle, I don't know. He's not interesting at all. He's had like one funny moment in like episode 6 that I thought was funny with him and that girl at Susie's house, but that's about it. Everything else with Argyle, I don't know. He doesn't make me laugh that much, and we don't know anything about him. I don't know. Antov, or is it Antonov? I can never pronounce that properly. Or I could call him Enzo too, I guess. That was like his fake name. This man, I don't even know much about him, but he's going an S. He is awesome already, man. I've loved a lot of the scenes with him, but especially towards this episode 6 and 7, his like just sudden friendship with Hopper. They're basically like your best friends at this point. Come on, like they fought a damn Demogorgon together and got out of it alive. Like that was just such a cool scene, and I'm so glad he made it out alive. So yeah, he's getting that spot. And this one's kind of weird because they have these 2 characters separate, even though it's the same character. I guess they did this just because I guess, I don't know, for whatever. But I'm just gonna put one of them. I'll put the cooler looking one, S tier. Definitely my favorite villain in Stranger Things so far. They also have the Demogorgon and then the monster from season 3, but they're not characters, so I'm not gonna I guess you could call them character. I don't know. I'm not gonna include them just because I don't know where to rank them. They're just cool monsters, right? I don't know if I can really call them a character in the same way you can call everyone else here a character. But yeah, Vecna, I'm already loving this killer. It feels like the most human killer because it was originally a person. The most human killer or most human villain we've had in Stranger Things. I like that a lot. He almost feels like Freddy Krueger in the way he looks and the way he kills people and the way his mind works. Now he like kind of turns people into like he kind of makes people go into these nightmares within their own mind. I think it's just so brilliant, and I absolutely love the motivation that was given by one in episode 7, one or Vecna, you can call him whatever you want, I guess. And in episode 7, the motivation he was giving about why he's doing what he's doing and what came about it, and you know, all that was just so well done. It was so well done. He is why I love season 4 so much, one of the main reasons, and a lot of the other characters also are the reasons for that. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Looking at this list now, don't really think I have much to change. I'd probably move him down a little bit, like if I was to change stuff in between the tiers. I don't know if I'm going to actually do that, but I did it for these two up here just because why not? But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Do you agree? Do you disagree? I will see you on my next one. Peace out.